Brooklyn Park Police are asking for the public's help after at least 2 incidents of gunshots fired over the weekend. While police say shots fired calls are down this year, they say one is too many. Reporter Sonia Goins has a story.
It was a very busy weekend for Brooklyn Park Police as they investigate 2 separate shot-fired call incidents. In one case, officers found over 30 bullet casings.
There was at least 35 rounds discharged at 76th and Jersey.
Brooklyn Park Police were called to that location around 10:30 Saturday night. Officials say several people called about the gunshots. When police arrived at the scene, they found shell casings in the street and no one around. Police say they haven't had many gun incidents in this part of the city.
It's a very dangerous thing when people are in this community shooting guns. Though there's innocent people that live and sleep and go about their business, and thankfully we haven't had anybody struck by that gunfire.
And on Sunday, officers were called to the Eden Park apartment complex around 11:30 p.m. after shots were fired. When police got on the scene, they found 2 people who had been shot at. One person was grazed by a bullet. The rental office was hit by gunfire and a vehicle was damaged.
I don't think it had any specific relation to Eden Park apartment complex. I think what happened was these people were driving northbound on Zane and had pulled into Eden Park for whatever reason, and as the victims pulled in, the car continued north but was shooting out the window at them.
No one else was injured. Brooklyn Park Police are still looking for the people responsible for the gunfire in both incidents. In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
A slew of viruses mostly suppressed during much of the COVID-19 pandemic are now starting to reemerge, and they're wreaking havoc on children. Doctors are seeing influenza, the respiratory virus known as RSV, and enterovirus pop up in children this fall, especially in kids under the age of 3. Experts from Hennepin Healthcare say people's immunity to these viruses has waned over the last 2.5 years. And now that many are no longer masking or social distancing, they're seeing a resurgence all at once.
Every 3 to 4 weeks, we're seeing these kids get a new infection, especially those that are in school and in daycare. And then, of course, they infect the parents. Parents have to miss work. Kids are missing school. The parents are really worried, like they've been sick all the time. And so they're coming into the doctor a little more often as well. And it's just a bad post-COVID resurgence of virus.
During this surge, doctors urge parents to consult with a nurse first before bringing your child to the hospital. The first significant snowfall of the season also resulted in the first snow event declared. Brooklyn Center reminds residents that there's no on-street parking until roads are plowed curb to curb after more than 2.5 inches of snowfall. In Brooklyn Park, residents we spoke with didn't seem to mind the first shovelable snowfall.
It's perfect. Like I said, it's winter. That's what you expect. You live in Minnesota. Could be worse.
And in the realm of kids' fun, stuff's light and fluffy, but they'll try to make a snowman out of it. It's not packing well, though.
Some snowplow operators in Plymouth got started at 4 a.m. Monday. Plymouth Public Works officials say their priority is safety and getting ahead of the commute.
We do the bridge decks first where it could be slick, and we also do areas where it's large hills that may be critical, like around schools and areas where there's going to be a lot of traffic.
Browen says a common accident for snowplows often involves buried fire hydrants. They ask you to join the Adopt a Hydrant program and clear snow away from any hydrants. Many runners have inspiring stories. For a Plymouth man, it's a story that's taken him on a remarkable journey, a journey that's building up to an amazing achievement.
This is my favorite area. I'll run around French Park, around there, or go around, sometimes around Medicine Lake.
In this Plymouth neighborhood, you'll often see Michael Swanson out for a run.
What running has done for me is it gives you time to think about things.
It's here where Swanson collects his thoughts and thinks about his next race.
You spend a lot of time also thinking, when am I going to finish?
And finish he has.
Come on, Corey, we'll go down to see the the love me room or my medal room.
At age 71,
I feel great, yeah.
Swanson has done something many runners can't even imagine.
There's 299 of them, and it's all 26.2 miles for people that want to know.
That's right.
And I start chronologically.
He's completed 299 marathons.
The medals have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and more elaborate.
Spanning all 50 states. Not once,
This one, the Alien, that's in Area 51 in Nevada.
but nearly twice.
The Flying Pig is another one out of Cincinnati.
It's allowed him to see the country
There's a Mercedes plant outside Birmingham, and you go, huh, I didn't know that.
and meet new friends.
I enjoy the people, seeing new places. It's been a fun experience.
Providing memories that are meaningful.
One of the most meaningful was Whidbey Island, Washington. That was where I did my 50th state.
Fun.
Grandma's done that 20 times.
And sometimes
One of the more difficult ones is Pikes Peak.
quite brutal.
You go up and down.
But for Swanson, it hasn't always been this much running.
My doctor said, you got two choices. You got to lose weight, or you can just stop drinking beer. I said, I'll lose weight.
He didn't start until he was 46 years old. First signing up for a 5K, then coaxing his brother and a friend into running a marathon.
So in June, they received a postcard in the mail saying, you're signed up for Twin Cities in '97. And they're like, what?
When you have run this many races, you're bound to run into someone who has run more.
A good friend, Larry Macon, he's run more marathons than anybody in the country, if not the world. 2,300.
And for all the miles, he's thankful he has a special someone along for the journey.
My number one supporter is my wife, Lynn. I really appreciate everything she's done and enabled me to go do my more marathons.
In Plymouth, Corey Bork, CCX News.
Swanson says he's fortunate not to have suffered any injuries. He's currently preparing for marathon number 300, the Route 66 Marathon in Tulsa. It's on November 20th.
The Wayzata volleyball team was looking to cap off a great season with a third state championship in a row as they faced Lakeville North for the Class 4A title. The top two seeds meet for the state Class 4A volleyball title as Wayzata faces Lakeville North. Off the Lakeville North serve, Stella Swenson sets to Avery Jesuits. Despite a good effort, the Panthers can't return it. Wayzata leads 22-19 in set one. And they pull out a close one. Stella Swenson sets up her sister Olivia for the attack off the block for a 25-24 lead. The Trojans win 26-24. The second is all Wayzata. Stella Swenson with the back set to Katie Kelsenberg for the kill as the Trojans cruise to a 25-12 win to go up 2-0. The Panthers fight back, but in the end it's a sweep. Olivia Swenson, after missing last year's title run with an injury, delivers match point in style as Wayzata sweeps Lakeville North to win their third straight state championship. The state football playoffs move indoors this week. Maple Grove was one of the teams looking for a date at US Bank Stadium. Maple Grove facing Eastridge in the 6A football quarterfinals. Jacob Kilzer throws to Mason Byer, who hangs on for a great juggling catch and a 27-yard gain for the Crimson. It sets up a Tanner Albeck 6-yard TD run, and Maple Grove leads 7-0 after one quarter with a little snow falling. Early in the second quarter, and the pitch goes to Charlie Roush, and he sweeps in for the score. That run puts Maple Grove up 14-0. About 4 minutes later, Roush on the jet sweep. He takes a pop at the goal line, but is in. Maple Grove is up 21-0. They lead 21-7 at the half. Third quarter, and Kilzer shows his talents as a runner. He sneaks through a gap in the middle and turns on the speed before being tripped up on his way to a 200-yard night. It sets up a field goal for a 24-7 lead. Eastridge battles back, though. Jalen Reese plunges in to make it 24-14. They add a field goal to pull within 7. But Henry Stang's interception seals it for Maple Grove as they win 24-17 to advance to the semifinals. We'll have more on the Crimson this week as they prepare for Thursday's state semifinal game against Lakeville South. Spots in the state girls swimming and diving meet were up for grabs for several local teams competing in Section 5AA. Jason Melillo reports.
It's the penultimate meet of the season for swimmers and divers in Section 5AA. Spots in the state meet on the line. 200 freestyle, Wayzata's Erica Schraber wins with a time of 154.07. Teammates Lucy Troyak and Geneva Fackler are 2-3. 200 individual medley, Wayzata's Claire Renke wins gold with a time of 2 minutes, 5.47 seconds. 50 freestyle is a battle, and it's a tie for first, as Wayzata's Emily Alberts and Maple Grove's Kaya Flaherty both clock 24.49. 100 butterfly, Renke wins again with a top time of 54.77 seconds, a great meet for the future Gopher. 100 freestyle, the Trojans take the top 4 spots, led by Kimberly Land's winning time of 52.64 seconds. 500 freestyle, Schraber dominates and brings home another win for Wayzata with a time of 5 minutes, 3.52 seconds. 100 backstroke, Maple Grove sophomore Libby Bacher swims a great race and wins with a time of 56.20. Wayzata closes the meet with a win in the 400 freestyle relay, Renke swimming the anchor leg. The Trojans dominate, winning 10 of 11 swim events, and they're section champs again.
Everyone works hard every single day. Miles puts in the hours for us. Bilski and Dice always are giving us advice along with Miles. And I think it's just our work ethic and dedication to the sport that carries us through.
Also, the Armstrong girls captured the Section 6AA team title. The state meet is Wednesday through Friday at the University of Minnesota.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.